Auction House. When you first right-click an auction house, you will see a list just like this. At the bottom, you can see 3 tabs: Browse, Bids, and Auctions. On the Browse button, you can search for something you need to buy. On your bids are things you have, well, bidden for. It's like real auction housing, really, or eBay for some of the latest generation. You can't cancel bids, so think before you bid. The use of intelligence is rare for some players on here. Don't be one of those people. Auction tab shows you the things you're trying to sell, if any. How do you sell something? Use the Auctions tab, if you are listening, and drag or right-click an object from your bags. Put a sensible starting price and don't make it ridiculous. No one is going to pay 14,000 gold for a rabbit's foot. Once you've finished, it will take a small amount of deposit and post your auction. People who search for it will see it and may buy it if it's not a want. Once you have finished, it will take a small amount of deposit and post your auction. People who search for it will see it and may buy it if it's not a 14,000 gold rabbit's foot. If you want to buy something, use the left-hand side tabs to help you search and narrow it down. If you see something, you could bid, buy out, or close. Close will close the Auctions tab, you retard. There will be a bidding price which you need to pay if you were to bid, and you may not win it. Buy out is best. You pay for it and you get it instantly. It will appear in your mailbox. If you have sold something, it means some poor sod has given in to your rip-off price due to desperation, and you will get your money when the auction ends in your mailbox. And it feels so... And I think I've covered just about...
Hey!
What?
What about dungeons and raids? Can you at least go over that? Or even mounts?
Now, this is just a very basic beginner's guide. I don't want to go too much into detail or else it will bore the viewers.
But PvE is one of the most important parts of WoW.
Okay then. PvE is one of the core elements of WoW. You're always doing PvE when you first start. PvE means player versus environment. It is when you fight computer-animated mobs and bosses in dungeons, raids, or other places in Azeroth. It defines almost any kind of combat outside the PvP range.
Thank you. How about you explain to us what a
Dungeons are unlocked at level 15. It is shown as a green eye icon on your action bar. When you click it, you are asked to be a healer, a tank, or one of the many million DPSs.
And what do
They each take on a separate role. You are placed within an instance with 5 players, including yourself. 3 of you are DPS. DPS stands for damage per second. It is your job to cause damage to the enemy in any way you can without threatening it. One of you is a healer. Healers, obviously, heal your group. They're normally girls or very, very manly and brave men. Their job is to make sure the whole group maintains health while the others do their work. And finally, the last one of you is a tank. A tank's job is to use any threat ability to make sure the enemies or bosses are attacking them and not the healers or the DPS.
A tank can be played by the following: Paladin, Warrior, Druid, Death Knight, Monk.
Healers can be played by priests, paladins, druids, shamans.
And DPS: Warrior, Paladin, Druid, Mage, Warlock, Hunter, Monk, Death Knight, Priest, Shaman, Rogue.
Now that's a mouthful. Paladins, druids, and monks are hybrid classes.
Mage, Warrior, Priest, and Rogue are basic classes. These are the classes that inspired the creators of WoW to create Azeroth.
Hey, my channel, not yours. If you want to interfere on other channels, go and make your own, hey?
It's just a cameo appearance. It helps promote my channel, too. By the way, my name is PVPandaria, so if you don't mind checking out my videos, maybe even give me a sub.
What is your problem? I am done with you. Okay, Warlocks and Hunters are the pet classes because you're always giving a pet of some kind. Warlocks and Hunters are now highly played, not because they're good, but because it makes WoW players feel like they have friends because they have a pet by their side.
Sorry, disconnection.
Ugh, right, sure, disconnection. That is the worst excuse I've ever heard. I mean, that is atrocious. Just before I'm about to hit you, hey?
Yeah, well, you know what they say about luck. It's not always on everyone's side.
It's people like you that make World of Warcraft unsociable.
Right, I'm staying. Where were we?
PvE.
Oh yeah.
When you click the Find Group button on the Dungeon tab, you'll have to wait some time. I mean, if you're DPS, you might be waiting an hour or so for the Enter Dungeon button to pop, and even then there is a chance not everyone in the random group is going to accept. And if they don't, then feel free to cry. Just let it all out, man.
The main things to remember in a dungeon is to not let anyone bully you. If you are a retard, they will rage at you, and I probably would too, because if you're annoying enough not to listen to these tips, you deserve to be raged at, you little mother.
PVPandaria! Whoa! Come on, chill, hey?
Okay, do not attack mobs before the tank does. This one cannot be stressed enough. You will kill the whole group, you maniac! If you do get raged at, don't leave or fight them because you will excite them, and they will think that they are actually good at combat when they really are being very cringy, so for their sake, don't fight back.
Right, thanks for that, Mr. Turn Off My Xbox in a boss fight.
I said sorry!
Yeah. Need or greed. This one is lethal. If you need on a plate item when you're a mage, needless to say, you little bastard will have to pay. You'll be kicked and be left with an item you can't do anything with except sell, which is a stupid thing to do, because when you could have got Justice or Valor points, and instead you decided to have 14 gold by selling a chest armor to a vendor.
That's a stupid thing to do.
Yes, thanks for that.
You can tell an item cannot be used by your class if the type of armor shows up in a red colour when you hover over it. If this is the case, greed or pass it. If you're allowed to need it, check to see if it is better than your current item you are wearing. If it is, then need as you wish.
In some cases like raids, in the situation of a mount drop, the raid leader will tell everyone they're allowed to slash roll for fairness, and whoever gets the highest roll gets the mount. Talents are offered to you at level 10. Choose your talent tree wisely depending on if you want to tank, heal or DPS, or if you want to do some effective healing or damage in battlegrounds and PvP. At level 15, you can choose a talent. Every 15 levels after, you can choose another new talent. Talents are simple enough to understand and do exactly what they say on the tin. Over time, you may change your mind or want another talent. This is fine. At level 30, you can choose a second talent tree to have, and you can also change your talents at the class trainer. Though remember, each time you decide to reset or change your talent tree, you are given a fee you must pay in order to do so. Stats. Every time your character levels, their strength, intellect, agility, health, mana, etc. are increased. They can also be increased by wearing better gear. If the stats appear in white, they are fine. If they are in red, they are being affected by some kind of debuff. This is dangerous. If they appear in green, they are very good and enhanced by a buff. Guilds!
Guilds are like an alliance of friendly players who work together to achieve, enjoy and be rewarded. Guilds can contain up to 999 players, and you have a choice whether or not to accept the invitation from a guild or decline it.
Oh, hello again, PVPandaria. Guilds are brilliant ways to socialise and get help from experienced players. You can type into the guild chat and they speak by writing /G in your chat. The chat will appear in green. A strong guild encourages cooperation to achieve victory in raids, dungeons, battlegrounds, arenas, or otherwise. They can also be complete losers that flirt all over the place and distract you and fill your chat with nonsense.
Guilds can level up to 25. They gain XP from guild members doing guild runs, guild achievements, etc. Guild runs are when 3 guild members enter a dungeon together and complete it together. The guild will earn gold, an achievement and experience.
Guild banks are like your own character bank, but larger and shared with the whole guild. In some cases, you are allowed to withdraw some items from the bank, but you'd be a pretty big arsehole if you were just to steal everything. It's called ninja looting. Thought on it. It's an awful habit. Don't get caught doing it, or even better, just don't do it.
Why do we even use guilds anyway? Ha!
I'm going to assume that was a rhetorical question, but that being said, there are very good ways to make friends and get into raids with them, as mentioned. It is also good for perks. Perks are almost like abilities guilds earn each guild level. They allow you to level faster, resurrect your entire party, summon friends in a guild, and much more. As I did say, you earn XP to level from guild achievements. One of them is to, like, kill thousands of critters. I mean, whoever is sad enough to grind that one needs another hobby.